right, we are ready to get started. Go ahead and make sure you've got your space set up, weights handy. This one's going to be a pretty much leg-focused one for standing, and then the seated version will focus on core and upper body. So choose your own adventure. We're going to start off with our normal, swinging our arms side to side. I love this as a way to just kind of check in, see how your back's doing, see how your shoulders are doing, your hips. If everything's feeling good, pick those heels up, turn a little further, maybe a little faster. Beautiful. A couple more here. Really let your arms fly up for these last few. And then bringing everything back in, we're going to move right into our dynamic side bends. Beautiful, big reaches. Spreading the ribs out a little bit, allowing yourself a little extra room to breathe. One more to each side. And then bring your feet out. Nice big hip circles. And go the other way. Beautiful, and then bring those feet back in, do some high knees. And then if you're not adding in that arm swing, go ahead and add that arm swing in. Beautiful. Two more on each side. And done. Go ahead and wiggle those fingers and toes. Make sure everything's loosened up. Maybe a couple quick calf raises just to make sure your ankles are warmed up. And grab your weights. So we're going to start off with a deadlift foot stance. So that means we're going to do 30 seconds with one foot back and then 30 seconds with the other foot back. Just tapping that back toe lightly, keeping a nice flat back. Oh no, got to reset. There we go. All right. Timer malfunction. So put whichever foot back, flat back, reaching down, and then right back up. Beautiful, looking good. Driving down into your heel. Switching sides in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. So pop that other foot back. Have as much bend in your knee as you need. You got this. 10 seconds to go. And time. Beautiful. All right. Coming now into an offset squat. So that means you're going to need one weight and you're going to rack it on one side. Bringing your feet out a little wider than hip. Put your feet in whatever position you want. Actually, I don't even care. Coming back for your squat, and then your opposite knee is going to come up, and you're going to do a twist, touch your elbow. Beautiful. 1 minute on the clock. We're doing it all on one side. Nice, you got this. Keep breathing. These first few exercises are a great place to try a little heavier weight, if that's something that you feel like you're ready for. Because they focus on your lower body, giving you plenty of access to those big, strong, powerful muscles. 15 seconds to go. You got it. Almost there. And time. All right. Switching that weight to the other side, maybe rolling through that shoulder a second. And then here we go, same exercise on the other side. Now, if you're squatting and it doesn't feel great on your knees, and you have a chair or a sofa or whatever handy, try a sit to stand instead. Or instead of doing a squat, you just sit down and then stand back up. Take as long as you need. All movement is good movement as long as it doesn't hurt. So the goal really is not to hurt. 20 seconds left here. Still breathing. You got it. And time. Excellent. All right. From here, we're going to move into a different type of tricep exercise, but we're still going to keep that lower body active. So grab your light weights to start off with. You can always change to something heavier if you feel it's appropriate. You're going to bring your arms up in a Y, and then you're just curling them in, just like this. Beautiful. Now we're going to add in, every time your arms come in, do a calf raise. 1 minute. Here we go. So bringing them in front of your body. Keeping your palms facing forward. Beautiful. Drawing in your belly button, pulling it back towards your spine, tucking your tail under, making sure you have that good posture. Nice, you got it. 20 seconds to go here. Almost there. And time. Woo! All right, from here, we're gonna go into a bicep curl with a lunge, but we're not gonna do a regular bicep curl. Today, we're gonna do a W bicep curl. So you're gonna take a little step forward, and you're gonna do a lunge back, curl up as usual. When you go to the other side, you're gonna curl out to the sides to make like a W. It's really on like a 45 towards the corners. All right, here we go. Curl in front, curl to the corners. How far back are you stepping with that lunge? I don't care. Whatever feels good for you. It could be just a little rock back, or it could be all the way knee to the floor lunge, or anything in between. Halfway done. "15 seconds to go. You got this." And time. All right. Next up, we're gonna finish off putting the weights down. We're gonna do some good mornings, but to keep that lower body active, we're gonna add a rear leg raise. So we're gonna reach out, and then as we come up, pull back, take that leg back. Then go to the other side. 1 minute. Here we go. Squeezing the glutes. Keeping your eyes up on this one. With a deadlift, you're looking down because you're focusing on your lower body and your lower back. With the good mornings, you're looking straight ahead, which helps change the focus of the exercise more into the mid and upper back. 20 seconds to go. Really reaching forward and then really squeezing back with your elbows and your glutes. 5 seconds to go. Time. Whew, all right. That's our first set already. Go grab some water. 2 sets to go. All right, for the next set, I'm gonna demonstrate all of my exercises seated. You can keep doing them standing or try them out seated, whatever works for you. Starting with that split stance deadlift. Seated version, you're just scooting to the edge of your chair, 1 foot back, and then switching the other foot back halfway through. Here we go. Still keeping that nice flat back. Still pushing through that heel on the front foot. So you're getting some leg engagement, but not nearly as much strain on the knees or the hips. Switching sides in 3, 2, 1, switch. Beautiful, you got it. I don't know if you guys can see my feet, but to help me drive through my heel rather than the ball of my foot, I usually lift my toes. It really helps me remember what I'm supposed to be working. Only on the front foot. Time. All right, going into that offset squat with the knee raise plus the twist. So if you're doing a full seated version, you're just gonna do the knee and twist. If you want to try the sit to stand, you can certainly do that as well. Here we go. Nice. Focusing on really squeezing both the core when you're doing that twist and tucking the tail when you come up from that squat. If you're leaving off the squat altogether, try to lift that knee as high as you can so you're getting a really good squeeze through your core and still activating some of those leg muscles. 10 seconds to go. And even though that weight's just sitting on your shoulder, you're still getting a lot of arm involvement as well. Time. All right, roll through that shoulder, pass that weight over to the other side. And here we go on the other side. Remembering to breathe. Maybe smile, maybe not. That depends on you, where you are today. Halfway done. Ten more seconds. Almost there, you got it. Time. All right. From here, we're going into that high tricep extension with the calf raise. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Lowering it behind, lowering it in front. Either way, coming up for that calf raise each time the arms come in. To get the most out of a seated calf raise, really push down through the ball of your foot. So you're flexing the calf muscles, but also engaging the thigh muscles. Ten seconds to go here. Time. Nice work. All right, from here we have that bicep curl with the lunge. Now the seated version, basically you just leave off the lunge, sit up nice and tall, and alternate forward and corner for the biceps. All right, here we go. Reaching up through the crown of your head, keeping a nice tall posture, drawing the belly button in. If you're still doing the standing version and you're doing those lunges, again, check in. Any depth of lunge is fine. Or just a regular old step back with your heel on the floor if that's better for your balance. You're still working your lower body. And all movement is good movement, as long as it doesn't hurt. So just keep moving, you're good. 15 seconds to go here. Time. All right, last up, we have the good mornings with that little kickback on your legs. Again, the seated version, you're just leaving that kickback off, focusing on the good mornings. Nice flat back. Here we go. Still pulling the elbows back. Beautiful. Still keeping your eyes up, looking straight ahead. Halfway done already. If you're not feeling it in your back and you want to work that upper back a little more, instead of reaching straight forward, reach a little up. Spend these last 10 seconds reaching out and up in front of you. Still looking forward. And time. Beautiful. All right. That is the end of our second set. Grab some more water, and then we still have one set to go. All right, for our last set, standing or seated, choose whichever one works better for you. Mix it up maybe, do some standing, some seated, totally up to you. We're gonna go back to that deadlift, 30 seconds on each side. So grab your weights, here we go. Halfway done on the first side. Driving into the heel. Switching sides in now. Keep on going. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. Keep sweating. You got it. Almost there. Time. All right. Setting those weights down, or keep one of those if that's the right weight for you for your squats. Rack that weight. And here we go with our offset squats. Or sit to stand, or just the knee and twist. Looking good. Halfway done on this side. Almost there. Time. All right. Switching sides, roll through that shoulder for just a second. And then here we go on the other side. Beautiful, last set. You got this. You're halfway done on this side. Ten seconds to go, you can do it. Doesn't matter how fast you go, as long as you go. Time. All right. Getting ready for our Y triceps and our calf raise. 1 minute on the clock. Let's do it. Beautiful, keeping those palms turned forward. Really working. Good control, same speed, up and down. Beautiful. 20 seconds to go here. Almost there. And time. All right. Grab the weights appropriate for you for your bicep. And we've got the bicep curl and the lunge or step back. Here we go. Forward and then corners. Working just a little bit differently on those biceps today. If you want to add that lunge in while you're seated, scoot to the edge of your chair and then step that foot back as far as you can. maybe even turning so that you feel a little more hip extension, or not, whatever works for you. You can just leave that off altogether. 10 seconds to go here. And time. All right, last up, those good mornings, with or without the kickback. Here we go. Keeping that nice bend in your knees. Reaching forward, maybe a little up, depending on what feels good for you. Twenty seconds to go here. Nice, you got it. Really hinging those hips back as you reach forward. Beautiful. Almost there. Time. Whew. All right, that is the end of set number 3. So go grab a little more water. All we have left is our final stretch. All right, bring it in for your final stretch. Feet hip width apart. Nice deep breath in, arms up. And then as you exhale, fall forward. Let everything hang for just a second. And then coming up to a nice flat back. Let those arms circle in one direction. And then in the other direction. And then bending the knees, rolling all the way up. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears, roll them down and back 3 times. And then bringing one arm up and overhead for that pat on the back. And then that little tricep stretch. Letting everything relax. And then release and go to the other side. Pat yourself on the back on the other side. Adding in that gentle tricep stretch. And then release. Bring one arm up and across. And then release and go to the other side. One more deep breath here. And then release. One foot out in front, rock back, raise those toes up. You're just gonna reach forward, maybe grab hold of those toes, maybe the shin, or rest your hands on your thighs, whatever feels good for you. And then if you'd like to add just a little extra rotation, a little side body stretch, take the opposite hand, reach to the outside of that foot. Keep breathing. One more second here. And then release. And before you switch, push that back hip forward. Stretching through that hip pocket. And then release, switch sides. Again, raise those toes up, lean forward, maybe reaching with the same side hand, maybe just letting it rest on your thighs, whatever feels good to you. And then if it feels good, take that opposite hand and reach to the outside of that foot. And just pause for a second there. And then release. Push that back hip forward. Nice deep breath here. And then release. And you are all done. Thank you for coming out to play today.